Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Premier. Last week, the Premier sent out a fundraising email bragging about his government's so-called support for small businesses. But the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses was quick to reply, saying the lack of support for businesses is unconscionable, and that Conservatives have renewed its reputation as the least small business-friendly government in the country. Here's the government's record. Big box stores have received preferential treatment to date. Information about opening and closing has frequently been unclear and inconsistent, and many of Ontario's small businesses feel like they've been forgotten by this government. They and we all deserve so much better. Speaker, does the Premier regret not acting sooner by voting against our plan to support small businesses and give Main Streets the hope and the help that they need to get through this next wave?
The Parliamentary Assistant, member for Willowdale.
Thank you very much, Speaker, and thank you for bringing up that very important question, Speaker. It is a fact that small businesses have been struggling during this pandemic, and that's why this government has been in step with our other partners at different levels of government, providing that blanketed level of support to those who need it most, Speaker. Most recently, our government announced $1.4 billion for a small business support grant program, and I'm glad to announce that just in Waterloo alone, $6 million has reached the hands of small businesses who need that support. That's a grant, Speaker, not a loan, so they don't have to pay that back, and they can use that for PPE, improving safety for their patrons. And if they want to go online and see a complete list of those supports that we've provided from the beginning, in one window, they can go to ontario.ca/COVID support and see the long list of supports that are available to them. Those supports are going to continue for those small businesses in Waterloo and around the province until COVID-19 is but a distant memory.
The supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last week, the Premier begged 7-Eleven executives to come to Ontario and set up stores on every corner. Lucky for 7-Eleven, the Premier's failure to stop businesses from being evicted means that there are unfortunately too many storefronts for rent. But unlucky for the rest of us, the Premier's plan might be the final nail in the coffin for small businesses across the province. In fact, Ontario's big city mayors are opposing 7-Eleven's applications to sell booze in-store and consume it in the store, saying it would expose already hard-hit restaurants and bars to further competition. You are making it harder for businesses in the province of Ontario. And Speaker, no matter what Conservative insiders and lobbyists are telling the Premier, Main Streets across the province won't survive if Walmarts and 7-Elevens keep receiving preferential treatment. When is the Premier going to stop fighting for what's best for big corporations and those special interests and start fighting for what matters to small businesses in this province?
Members take their seats. And I will remind members to make their comments through the chair, not directly across the floor. The response, the member for Willowdale.
Thank you, Speaker. And I want to remind the members opposite that they have voted against every measure this government has introduced from the beginning of this pandemic to support these very small businesses now that the member claims that she supports. Speaker, whether that was the Digital Main Street program, the PPE grant, the support grants for small businesses, the commercial rent relief program, where we were a 40% equity stake partner, Speaker, that member and that party has rejected every single support we have laid out for small businesses. When are they going to actually put their actions where their words are and support the hardworking small businesses throughout this province?
Thank you very